Hey everyone, welcome back to another 3-Minute Devo. These 3 minutes are designed to help you focus in on what's good. The Bible says whatever is pure and right and just and good, think on these things. These 3 minutes are designed to help you think on these things. Today's passage is found in Luke 21, verse 28. It says, "Now when these things begin to take place, straighten up and raise your heads, because your redemption is drawing near." In this passage, Jesus is giving his listeners, his disciples, the signs of the times. And just a couple verses back, he says, "And there will be signs in sun and moon and stars, and on the earth distress of nations in perplexity because of the roaring of the sea and the waves, people fainting with fear and with foreboding of what is coming on the world. For the powers of heavens will be shaken. And then they will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory." And that's when he says, "Now, when these things begin to take place, straighten up, raise your heads, because your redemption is drawing near." His command to us in verse 28 is in stark contrast to what he says people of the world will be doing. He says people will be fainting with fear and with foreboding of what is coming on the world. Fear and foreboding is the exact opposite of what he commands his church to do when these signs come upon the world. He says, straighten up and look up. Be ready and expecting the coming of the Son of Man. Don't hide in fear. Don't tremble. Don't worry. Don't speculate. Just straighten up. Have a strong back. Put your shoulders back. Keep your head up, expectantly looking for and waiting in anticipation for the coming of the Son of Man. We don't know when that's going to be. And honestly, these signs that he's talking about, we could have pointed to signs like this all throughout history. Okay, so we can't necessarily look and say, well, it's definitely now. Even though it kind of feels like that, right? But we can't really look and say it's definitely now. Because all throughout history, these signs have been recurring, and there's kind of been an ebb and flow all throughout history. What Jesus is commanding us to do is to just be ready. Always be ready. Later on, and in different passages where he's talking about the signs of the times, Jesus, he says, be ready and waiting, expectantly doing the work of the Father. Keep your spine straight. Keep your head up. Be expecting and waiting. But while you're expecting, while you're waiting, do the work of the kingdom. Because at the due time, at the right moment, Jesus will return for his church. And you want to be found doing the work of the kingdom, not sloughing off, not doing whatever you feel like, but doing what God has called us to do as the church. Straighten that spine. Look up expectantly. Thanks so much for joining us for another 3-Minute Devo. We will see you next time.